empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. Put it into a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
I'm down, spinning all around, ground pound.
This is Omega Pro. Omega Pro is an up-and-coming artist on the scene, known for his lyrical superiority over his counterparts, his unmatched flow, and notorious for his decomposition of any artist that stands in his way. But after his wildly successful EP, Thursday Night, the question remains, what now? Today I interview such a person to ask these hard-hitting questions and to also deconstruct his debut EP and any hidden meanings behind it. This is Omega Pro. What's your name?
I'm Omega Pro.
Alright, Omega Pro.
Yes.
Thursday Night. Wildly successful EP.
Yes, sir. You know it.
Enjoyed by the masses.
Thank you, thank you.
But before we get into that, why the name Omega Pro?
Well, then Omega Pro, well, me as a youthful young man wanted to get straight into the YouTube business. My bad, I misspoke. Business. I thought to myself, what's a quick and easy name that stays in your head? And I don't want to say I copied this other YouTuber, but I kind of copied him. His name is AlphaRad, and he uploaded these Super Smash Bros. Video compilations, right? Mm-hmm. So I split up the parts of his name, right? Alpha Rad. Mm-hmm. Greek letter, rad or cool. So then I'm like, Omega Pro. Because pro, you know, like, oh, they're great, they're a pro.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Omega Pro. It's the same principles that make the same principle that makes a that is what I use for the basis for the Omega Pro name, and I think it works, right? Omega Pro. Omega Pro sticks in your head.
Sticks in the head, yeah. Why the space background? Is there a fixation with space?
Well, when I was making the EP, it was during, I want to say, the end of my first semester of my freshman year of high school. And during this time, I felt like a strong connection to space.
No, keep on.
As in,
I understand.
High school, just going into this new world that was just fresh and new, and I haven't explored all of it. Everything, I didn't know what I didn't know, you know? Mm-hmm. A lot of it was just a new frontier to me, so I thought to myself, that's what space is like to humans, right? We only know so little about space, it's just a new frontier to us. Like, we don't know what we don't know. Like, we don't know exactly how many planets there are, how many galaxies there are, how many solar systems there are. So I compared my naive attitude as a freshman, and I compared that to the innocence and the little knowledge us humans have about space.
Name of the EP, Thursday Night. Now, as I was looking at the cover, I saw that you have Japanese characters.
Yes.
On the front. And obviously, I was curious, like, what do these mean?
Right.
Put it into Google Translation, Japanese to English. It was Thursday Night. So, why Thursday Night, and why Japanese characters? Why not Chinese characters or Korean?
Right. The reason why I used the name Thursday Night in the first place was because, so to me, like a Thursday night, you're like getting close to something you really want. You know, a Friday. You're almost there. You're just about to hit the climax, you know? You're just about to make it. You're about to expel. You're almost there. You're almost to what you want. You're really close. Thursday night. You're just close to what you want. And the reason why I use Japanese characters was because I feel like the Japanese have a tendency to be more reserved. So a Thursday night is much more reserved than, let's say, a Friday night. You know, a Thursday night you're not partying, you're not doing anything, you're not going out with friends. You're happy, you're excited, but you're still modest and you're still more conservative.
We got the cover out the way.
Yeah.
Now with the song, Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Probably one of my favorites on the track.
Thank you so much.
Now the instrumental, it's obviously not one you made yourself. It's from a Mad Villainy album. Mad Villain album.
Great
Mad
album.
Villainy.
Yes.
Do you almost... Did you pay homage? Do you like Mad Villain? And that's why you chose this song? Are you a fan of them?
I'm a big fan of MF Doom and Madlib, who came together to make one of the best hip-hop albums ever recorded in 2004. I listened to the album consistently. I've been listening to it consistently since freshman year. Last time I heard it was like 2 days ago. Never gets old, right? Never gets old. Masterpiece of an album. And the reason why I was rapping over the song, in particular accordion, over that beat, is because in that song, MF Doom is rapping about how much better he is than all the other rappers. And to me, I didn't feel necessarily that much of a skilled rapper at the time, but I felt like I had this charisma, something about my playful wordplay that put me quite a bit above my contemporary rappers.
Yeah, I can see that.
So I used the accordion beat because I felt just like how MF Doom felt compared to other rappers. So yeah, that's why I used the beat.
Okay.
Because I think me and him shared similar attitudes.
Now, the lyrics. Your lyrics, as you said, are really nice. It pleases the ears and it gets you thinking.
Yeah.
It really gets you thinking.
Yeah.
And that's why I wrote a lot of questions I have about the lyrics here. But one of the questions is the chorus of this song.
I'm down, spinning all around, ground pound.
What does that mean in your words?
Well, when I wrote this song, I envisioned my childhood. This whole album kind of reminds me of my childhood, my formative years, you know? So I played a lot of Mario growing up, right? So in Mario, he's known for, you know, he can do a lot. He can ground pound, he can jump, run, he can do flips. Like, Mario can do a lot. So I just thought it was cool. Like, whenever Mario's ground pounding, you know that he means business, right? He's just going around, running through the map, destroying everything just to get to that flag, right? So that's what I thought of myself. I'm just ground pounding, I'm running, I'm spinning all around. Like, you can't catch me, but they did catch me. Which, that, I intended that to be, you can't always be comfortable, you know? So one day you might be ground pounding and running all around, but then you might get caught. You might fall off your high horse that you were on. So in life, you always have to adapt. You have to keep moving forward. And what's promised today isn't always promised tomorrow. You have to keep that in mind.
Another line is
this a meme? I can't really see. Have I drowned?
Now, I get the part, is this a meme? I can't see. Like, you can't tell if this is a meme. But have I drowned? That's where I thought about. Have I drowned? Have I drowned? Is he drowning in something that he's not telling us? What is this whole line? Is this a meme? I can't really see. Have I drowned?
The questioning of whether something is a meme or not comes from the basis that you might not always know if someone is joking or not. You know, sometimes people might be serious. They might be the complete opposite, playful, but other times there's like this middle ground where you don't know what to really take of what someone's saying to you. So I'm questioning, is this a meme? I can't really see. Have I drowned? And I think for my persona when I wrote this, it's as if my character was overwhelmed with these senses, right? He didn't know what to think of what the person was telling him. So he got overwhelmed, he confused his senses, right? He's like, I can't see, have I drowned? It's just a lot to him to take in. His head is just swirling with negative energy right now. He just doesn't know what to expect, he doesn't know what's going on. He's disoriented. He thinks he's drowned. He's drowned in his own confusion, and he thinks he's blind.
In this specific song, you mentioned being caught or found multiple times. Lines that are obvious is, broccoli, you've caught me. And another line, I've been found. Is there something you're almost running away from that's being found? And is that thing broccoli? Does broccoli stand for something? Or is it just, you know, just a saying, broccoli, you've caught me? What's your...
No, there's always a deeper meaning in Omega's lyrics.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Being found, yeah.
No, let me just explain to you. I never thought I would, in an interview, ever explain to anyone what broccoli means, right? Because broccoli is very near and dear to my heart. So, you're lucky. You should feel good about yourself, that you made me comfortable enough that I'm going to open up about the true intricacies of the song.
Yeah, I'm very lucky to be here with you, Omega Pro, in Katy, Texas.
Thank you. Alright, so broccoli, what broccoli really is. It's not this tree-like little vegetable. No, not at all. Broccoli is your deeper. All right. Well, broccoli. What broccoli means to me is broccoli is all of your aspirations in life and all of what you strive to be. Everything that you want to do in order to live the best life you possibly can. And this is different for everyone, right? Some people say, follow your passions, live your life for others, help others out, donate to charity, give up your time to help others that are less fortunate than you. Other people say, I just want to make a lot of money and live my life very comfortably with little regard for other people. And even though last time I sound bad, there's no particular way to live your life. You know, your life is your own canvas for you to paint on. It's no one else's, no matter what anyone says, right? However, it only becomes an issue whenever other people try to impose their own either insecurities or their own aspirations onto you. Alright? That's my only issue. That makes me angry. Whenever people try to take away what I have in mind for myself. Not them, but for myself.
Like someone forcing you to post videos on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And you know, you're done with it.
I'm done with it.
Keep going.
That's a minor thing. It's just a little nuisance. But anyways, broccoli, you've caught me. So I say broccoli, referring to my own life values and aspirations. Whenever I say you've caught me, it means that they've caught me deterring from the path that they have in mind set for me. Right? And I think to myself, I'm not gonna live my life for anyone else but myself. Right? So that naturally is a stance that not everyone will agree on. So took this stance, and I've been caught taking it, having to deal with the repercussions of that action. Everything comes with sacrifice. Not everything, almost nothing is free. Right? Everything comes with a price. So if you want to live your own life and do what you want, then you can't expect everyone to come along for the ride. So,
a great ending to that song. We could put to the rest. I think we saw the meaning behind that. But the next song on the track list, Teriyaki. Teriyaki. Now, before we get into the song Teriyaki, I like to use the point. Both of these titles back to back are related to food in a way.
Yeah.
Broccoli being very a vegetable. Teriyaki being you could say almost the opposite to a vegetable.
Yeah.
Cooked, spices all over them. You know, added with other things. Why these two food items, and did you intend for them to be almost polar opposites?
Glad you caught on to that. Yeah, in fact, it's almost like as if teriyaki is the antithesis of the track broccoli. And I put them so close together in the track list in order to try to juxtapose the ideas that were first presented in broccoli with something much different in teriyaki, much different path, much different imagery set in place in your mind. Teriyaki I don't think it's quite as a lyrically dense track. It's more playful.
Very playful, yeah.
To me, the bars still have meaning to them. And we can get into that later. But yeah, I'm glad you caught on to that. Teriyaki and broccoli both made to be very different tracks on purpose.
Okay. A line that I've thought about a few times is,
please spare me a dime, just bought Mafia 3, so I need some money.
Fans are wanting to know, did you ever finish the game Mafia 3? And what's your opinion on the game?
Me and my closest friend at the time, please rest his soul, he's no longer here with us, Sean Wesley Crider. Both me and him were anticipating the release of Mafia 3 because me and him both played Mafia 2.
A great game, by the way.
Great game. Yeah, we both... Oh, you know about it, right?
Yeah, I know about it.
Alright. Well, me and him thought, well, the story is great. The gameplay is pretty good, yeah, it's all a great game. And then announced Mafia 3, me and him were like, wow, it's going to be for next generation. Must have better gameplay, story probably going to be as good.
And it's also what we expected, right? Hopes were set high. The day Mafia 3 came out, me and him were not disappointed because the first couple of hours of the game they set the bar pretty high and it never comes back to that stance. So you get a lot of cutscenes, a lot of story material, meeting new characters. The gameplay is pretty solid, gunplay is solid. But once you get out of these beginning chapters of the game, you're faced with
trying to capture the whole map, right? You're trying to capture all these territories for the Mafia.
And this becomes a very repetitive task of go into a brothel, a prostitute place, whatever they call it. You kill all the bad guys there, you capture that for yours. Basically, you just capture different places that belong to different people. You just do that constantly, occasional cutscene, occasional little story thing. But I kind of miss the streamlined gameplay of Monster.
It's as if they wanted you to get to A and B, but it's not like they had such a smooth transition. It's just the same thing over and over and over.
Very repetitive.
Not a great game.
Okay.
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
I'd say the voice action was good and the initial story was good.
So yeah, 5 out of 10, right?
So
Teriyaki, Nagasaki, World War II. Homeless people have no shoes. Yeah.
yeah.
Teriyaki, Nagasaki, World War II. Homeless people have no shoes.
First question I like to ask: why are these stated like questions? Almost like, are you questioning these things? Do homeless people have no shoes? Did Nagasaki, World War II? Why are they stated as questions?
Well, I'm stating these as questions to the viewer, to anyone listening, because all of these symbols have different values in our society. Teriyaki is a very commercialized thing that, in ways, become very American, removed from its Japanese roots, right? You go to this ethnic restaurant, get some teriyaki, pour it on, and it's no longer this cultural thing that's... I'm not saying that culture spreading is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's not like respected, like, let's say something like cuisine from a different country, which is, you know, more appreciated in a smaller group, you know, less Americanized, right? More people, for example, like Thai food, right? It's, a lot of people in America eat it. It's more appreciated. It's not Americanized. It's not like fortune cookies, right? Or stuff like that. That's Americanized. Teriyaki sauce, that's very much become an American thing. So I'm questioning what teriyaki means to us in this American society. And I pose it right next to questioning Nagasaki. So that couplet, what that means to me is that I find it frankly quite strange that we could drop 2 bombs on Japan, kill hundreds of thousands of people of the Japanese, but just imagine if a country dropped 2 bombs on us, killing hundreds of thousands of our people.
We would be mad
We'd be mad forever. We'd never ever embrace any of their cultural values. But I just frankly just find it quite weird that we killed so many of their people and then just kind of took some of what was theirs and made it ours. And the homeless people have no shoes line. Well, I was thinking about how someone would be like if they survived the bombs from Nagasaki, because some people were like dead in the center of it, they just died, but other people were more far out. And I'm trying to think of a, you know, aging Japanese homeless man who was kind of far from the bomb, he dropped. What would his thoughts be? Would he be, he would lose what little he already had. Would he still have shoes? Would he still be able to at least find... Wait, you...
Do you have an infected PP? Now this comes to the line of,
I know you wanna be me, but not really because I have an infected PP. Just kidding, that ain't true. Unless you kick me with the shoe.
My PP in fact is healthy, it's thriving, it's great. It is both above average in length and girth, just if the audience wanted to know. Now they know.
I'm sure they do.
Hit the line, you know.
On God.
On God, cut.
Straight facts.
Straight facts. But I feel like if you kick it with a moldy shoe, a dirty shoe, when it's exposed to the air, you might give me something. You might make it infected, which I think, frankly, I wouldn't want. But the possibility is always there. You know, as for example, today I experienced this this thing that I'm still in disbelief about. But it taught me that even your most private and sensitive bits about yourself are always exposed. They're always there for people who don't have like a sense of decency. It's always there for them. Most people have the social intuition to just not act on what they're thinking about doing in that manner. You see a nice girl, you don't even know her. You see her nice figure. You might think to yourself, man, what I'd want to do to that. But you don't do it. Because frankly, you think to
All
yourself,
dark thoughts. Everyone has these dark
everyone
thoughts.
has dark thoughts. They're not
But the thing that set them apart is
the people
going
who
out and
do
doing them.
and the people who don't. Right? It's completely natural to think that.
Yeah, clean natural. If dark thoughts come and go, and that's what you have to do.
But
come
frankly,
and go.
if you're someone that walks up to someone and you act on these thoughts, and frankly they don't want it, you're a terrible human being. Because you can't keep your lust at bay. And people who act on this, man or woman, if they do this to a man or woman, it doesn't matter. Gender does not matter to me in this debate. If you act on this, the other person did not want it. You're just a bad person. And when I was acting on in this moment, it taught to me that they don't hold the same values as what should be held. So, someone kicking my private bits with the shoe is not far removed from reality because, frankly, recently I've gotten my bits violated by another human being. So the possibility is always there. You never know whenever something like that might happen to you. Sometimes it's happening so fast, it's over before you realize what just happened. And you're just left with the reality of why.
Why?
Why did that happen to me? Now, I don't want to start crying, so let's move on to the next.
Okay.
You know what I said to her
What?
right after it happened?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, I liked it.
What did she say?
She's just like, oh, okay, but then I like thinking about it more, and then I'm like, later I did talk to her, what would you do if I just... She would have cried, probably.
I would have said like, did I tell you to let go? Oh yeah.
Right.
I think it's impossible for me to. The only reason someone can disgust me, if they're fucking me.
I know that I am fire. I know I can pop some tires.
Now, what do you mean by tires? Is there like a meaning behind tires, or are you just saying that your lyrical flow and your lyrics in general are so hot, quote unquote, so fire, quote unquote, that it can pop a tire?
Well, glad you asked this question. I wrote those lines with the intention of it having multiple meanings. So, the surface level meaning, which you got correct, is that my bars and my flow are so fire that this flame will, in fact, pop your tires. But the other meaning is that the flame I hold within myself is eventually going to burn out once I die. So, my life is the tire, and the flame is my life. And living through life is exhausting. You age, you experience more stress, there's more responsibilities. So this fire of my life is essentially killing me. It pops my tire, and once my tire pops, I'll be gone. I'll be with Bruce Lee. I'll be with
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
The Greats.
The Grits.
Still in the Popokin track, a line that stuck out to me is,
My favorite cartoon is Rick and Morty. I think it's super cool. You can still watch it if you're over 40.
That's a simple line, you know.
yeah, but the question is Rick and Morty still your favorite cartoon, or?
No.
Okay.
Season 3, frankly, butchered the show to me. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah.
I don't want to do a Rick and Morty review for you guys, because you guys want to hear about my music.
Yeah, of course.
But I know this attitude shifted a little bit more with different cartoons, but especially in like American culture, cartoons are often more emphasized for younger audiences. But I was making the point that even if you're an adult, someone well into the 40s, you can enjoy cartoons. Nothing wrong with that.
And the last question I have for this track is,
Hear me out. Look into my eyes. Look into my face. What do you see? Your family's disgrace.
what does that mean? Are you talking about you're looking into your eyes, and obviously your eyes are very reflective, and the person's looking back, you're calling them to disgrace, or is there some other meaning I'm not getting here?
Well, the world's full of mirrors, right? There's mirrors, literal sense and the figurative sense. In literal sense, just mirrors, reflective surfaces that you can see yourself on. But there's figurative mirrors, You could just see yourself in someone. You don't want to become that person, or you do want to become that person, right? The person is mirroring you, or mirroring what you're going to become. And with that in mind, you can transform, you can change what you want, because the future is not guaranteed. You can change the outcome of your future. So look into my eyes, look into my face. What do you see? Your family's disgrace. It's almost as if I had insulted the person I was talking to, like a call to action for them to change their ways. They look into my eyes, and they see themselves how they don't want to see themselves, because my eyes are a reflective surface, and they see the way I'm looking at them negatively, and they see themselves with this filter of disgust and anger. So that's like a call to action for them to change, yeah.
Now, next track. Hiss, Dino Diss.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I feel like this is most likely the best track I've ever composed.
Yeah, very beautiful track.
Thank you.
Obviously a diss track.
Of course.
What is your beef with Dino?
Well, me and Mr. Dino have known each other since approximately the 7th grade of my educational career. And he's always been a good friend to me, always fairly close. But around this time, me and Dino had a bit of a falling out when we tend to play Super Smash Bros. 4 for the Nintendo Wii U at the time. And oftentimes he would beat me, and this filled me with anger and discontent for myself. So I brought it upon myself to write a diss track for him. And that is how his Dino Diss came to be.
Now this track is very straightforward, blunt, to the point. You're getting your points across, and there's not a lot of deep lines, but there are a couple lines that I had questions for, obviously.
Thank you.
There's a line.
You like the song Hotline Bling? Drake doesn't even know how to sing.
Now this is a clear shot at Drake.
Yeah.
Do you have a quarrel with Drake as well?
Frankly, I do, a very big one. And I think, to me, he seems so fake as an artist. He seems ingenuine, you know, he's pulling from these Jamaican dance hall type of, at least he did for Views, 2016, around that time, right? He's pulling from it and taking these cultural aspects and butchering them. And also the artist, I feel like he just seems very commercialized to me, very much like he gets these trends that other rappers do that try to make them appear to be strong and tough, and Drake tones them down to reach an audience of the biggest amount of people possible. He's just a walking cliche to me. And now that it has recently come out that he made out with a 15-year-old a couple years ago, 16, 15-year-old. He texts, Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things almost every day. Very
questionable activity.
Very questionable. He ignored his baby mama and his son. Pusha T had to call him out on that. He's a very sketchy guy. I don't mess with Drake. And I call out my friend for feeding Drake in a way for streaming his tracks. And I'm saying you can listen to Drake all you want, but just know that I don't like Drake. So that's just how it is.
Now, after this diss track was released, obviously this was released before the EP was officially released.
Right.
He heard this. Was there ever a response from Dino?
See, this is what confuses me. Multiple claims from him indicated to me that I might have to fire back from a claim, or from a response of his. And it has been, let me check my watch, it has been over 2 years, and still no response from him. And this has led me to believe that maybe my diss track got him so bad that
you couldn't deny.
He can't respond. Or maybe, worst case scenario, he's waiting until I slip up somehow in life, and that's when he's really gonna drop the diss track on me.
With that being said, is there anything you want to say directly to Dino if he's listening to this right now?
I wish him the best, and I hope that he catches up to me and my friends' recent, at least physical success with the opposite gender, because frankly, the high you feel making contact with these women is frankly a high that is hard to reach, or not hard to match is what I mean. So I just hope you experience that, buddy. It's great. It feels good.
Next track and last track, Thursday Night. The name of the EP.
Right.
Before we get into the lyrics, what was the inspiration for this specific song? Did you come up with the EP title first, then the song, or was the EP named after this song?
The song was named after the EP, and now I know this is my most controversial track due to the way in which the track was made. It has often been called lazy. Basically, I've been criticized of being a bad artist for making this track, because I in fact did not make the track. I heavily sampled another track and sped it up and added some lyrics to it. But to me, the reason why I did this is because in society, we're nothing but recycled versions of past things. So I thought to myself, nothing better to conclude this track with how society has been like for hundreds of years. You just recycle and recycle. So I got someone else's work and I recycled it into something else. Because that's how life is. It's just, you get ideas from other people, you get trends from other people. Everything around you becomes you. You recycle what you get. So that's what I did with the track. And why I named the track after the album Thursday Night is because these experiences that you might have on a Thursday night, you recycle into yourself as a human. They might shape you. What you're doing on a Thursday night, what you're doing when you're one day away from bliss from a Friday. What are you doing right before you can just relax? What are you up to on a Thursday night? Are you already in Friday mode? Are you still grinding away at whatever passion, whatever obligations you have? Those are questions I ask myself. Those are questions I think about other people. So yeah, that's why I named the track Thursday Night.
Now, when finishing this project, how did you feel?
I felt a sense of accomplishment because I got, even though this was an EP, not a full-length album, I think I got, although expressed abstractly, I got these ideas out here in a manner that was not too overbearing. I got these ideas that I had about the world and about the type of life I want to live. And I metamorphosized these ideas into tracks that have a playful undertone and often sound very amateurish. Although it might take away from the seriousness that people might take my art, it makes it more accessible. It makes it more replayable. It's not too overbearing on them. And if they truly want to explore these deeper meanings, then they're able to. They're able to take these lyrics apart and try to understand what they truly stand for. To me, that's what art should be. It should be something that you can both enjoy and learn from. And it's the combination of these that makes truly great art. Because if something is too playful, something is too playful, playful and devoid of any actual meaning, then what does the art stand for? Nothing.
Nothing.
The art was nothing. The art would be nothing but just mindless entertainment. Like Drake. Or if you have something far too serious and doesn't have, although it is very insightful, you don't enjoy it, then you're only going to reach a very small amount of people that are truly going to enjoy that art for what it is. So truly great art is what takes both of these great characteristics of these different types of art and finds the balance. And I feel like that's what I did on the Thursday Night EP by me, Omega Pro.
Is there any hidden meanings that you have not said yet about this project? Whether it be the project itself, songs, or maybe lyrics I haven't brought up that you really take mind?
Thursday Night, keep your eyes ahead. Well, what this means to me is that it plays into the theme of you're so close to the climax, you're so close to what you truly want, you're so close to finishing that you're almost there. Just keep your eyes ahead, you're gonna get your finish, you're gonna get your climax, you're gonna get what you truly want. You're gonna expel your happiness, alright? So just wait, just look ahead and you're gonna truly expel it on all over everyone, just in one quick motion, and they're all gonna enjoy it.
This is a little lengthy one, but bear with me. It seems throughout this EP... Siri, what the fuck are you doing? I said it seems, and Siri's like, bruh. It seems throughout this EP, your voice has matured.
Yes.
A big difference where I can tell,
right,
or we can compare to, is Popokin and His Dino Dis.
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously Popokin being very high pitched, almost prepubescent, hisses doing this being closer to the voice you have today.
Right.
Is there a special place of this EP to your heart, seeing that you almost, you could say, grew up making this?
Yeah, that's a great point to make, because Popokin was in fact the first track I recorded for this EP, even before I had the EP in mind. Much more playful track, the most playful track on the album, I'd say. I'd say growing up, this album, this EP being made, it very much made many of the themes of the album, because during this phase of my life I was questioning lots of the values that were always clear to me. I'm like, what am I doing this for? Am I living my life for others? Am I letting these insecurities get to me only because others are bringing them up? Like, what am I living my life for? And growing up, that's the part of growing up, questioning your surroundings, your environment that you've been part of for so long, and truly getting to know like what else is out there. So me growing up did in fact shape most of this EP, and I say I'm still growing up. I'm not an adult yet. Most of those themes are still something that I think about on a day-to-day basis.
And the final question I have is, can we expect more from Omega Pro?
From the artist Omega Pro?
Yes.
Well, I haven't dropped anything in 2 years. That's quite a long time for an artist to be absent from his fans and audience. And me, as an artist, I still have more to say, so I don't want to get your hopes up and say that the Thursday Night 2 is coming out, but I would only do a Thursday Night 2 if I were more experienced as a musician. Because right now I'd say I'm a pretty experienced storyteller, but for me to make a Thursday Night 2, I'd have to take more of the liberties into my own hands and not take so much of other artists' work. So it's not entirely impossible, but if it is going to happen, it's not going to be soon, and it's going to be of much higher quality than my Thursday Night album.
Thank you for this interview. My pleasure.
I think I get those attitude fits. Sometimes I feel like ending it, I've had it with this.